Um, we're gonna do that again.
Really, Brandon?
That was Brandon.
Oh my God!
What? Who cares? John burps and farts in every episode.
Not during the third word of the opening.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Five Idiots Talking Toys, where five idiots talk about every aspect of toy collecting. We're on every Sunday night here on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell icon to be notified of new content. We put out content all week long. And like this video, it really helps us out. Gets our name out there, gets us in the algorithm. And that way we can spread the news to other collectors who don't know about us yet. So let's bring two other idiots in here. There's Chris and there's Brandon.
What's up, guys?
Hi.
Two of the idiots are gone tonight, right?
Yeah, I think moving forward, this show is gonna, only have the three of us from now on. So we might have to start putting out some feelers for the two new seats.
Yeah,
Right.
Rebrand the show, so to speak. So we're holding auditions and tryouts for another couple guys. So if anybody is interested in joining the show, please hit us up.
After that last episode that we had Wednesday of Wins and Whiffs, Adam Shitwood's been blasting my PMs nonstop.
I was actually going to say this before you even mentioned it. I think Adam Chitwood earned a spot already.
I think he has earned a spot already.
He actually earned a spot already. So he will be the fourth member.
Yeah. So how's it going, guys? Having a good week?
Good. Yeah.
Good.
Same here. Just selling stuff, keeping Rogue 5 active, trying to get rid of this stuff out of the house, Yeah,
no kidding. I've got a bunch of stuff to get rid of, so I need to start posting some stuff. I bought a big collection a couple weeks ago, and got a lot of stuff to sell. And the other news, the other side of that is I'm opening a shop in Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, which is just about 6 or 7 miles south of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And the shop is 6 miles away from the interstate. So it's like a straight shot to the shop. So
awesome.
We'll be opening early October, mid-October, hopefully. And come on by and see us. But,
yeah, you got to make sure that you make some posts on our page and tell people, because it seems like a lot of people, especially fans of our show and people on our page, they live around that area.
Yeah, I think we have several members who live in this area.
Yeah, you have a lot of guys that live around that area. When it comes to New York, I feel like there's no one. It's me, my brother, Mark Rosenberg lives in New York, and then you got Shane in Jersey. That's about it. I know.
Yeah. So hopefully that'll be
being a Padawan collector over here in sunny San Diego.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is where I am tonight. I'm in the storeroom / office. You can see I'm trying to get some stuff sorted out. And trying to get stuff sorted out and also trying to get stuff shipped out, which is what our topic is tonight. Shipping. Yeah. So since Chris does this full time now, I think
pretty much.
Lead us off with some shipping tips.
That's fine. So I figured right now I would start off first with loose figures instead of mocks. Let's just start with the loose figures first. Mm-hmm. So I know for me, loose figures, when you're buying them, my biggest pet peeve when it comes to that is people that put the blaster or the accessory in the same baggie as the figure. And it's not because I'm a grader. It's not because I grade my items. It's just about preserving them and keeping them in the condition that you buy them. And I think if you put them in the same baggie during shipping, there's a chance that it can get scratched on the accessory, right, or rubbing up against another figure or whatever. Right. So when I buy these all on my own, I buy them on eBay. I buy these little baggies. They are 3x5 baggies. Now these will fit most of the loose figures. It won't fit like the Gamorrean Guard and Max Rebo and stuff like that, but these will fit like 95% of the loose figures.
Will those fit a man?
It won't fit a man-to-man, no. There's actually a bigger size. I think it's like a 5x7, and I bought one of those, and that's what I keep for those. But I always put a figure in here, and then the accessory will go in a separate little plastic baggie, which is a 2x3. It's almost like one of those dime bags when you were younger, you know. But this is pretty much good for all the accessories. I'm not saying that I was buying the dime bags, John.
Right,
I'm just saying that it's a mimic of a dime bag.
Okay, I got you.
So
He didn't say that he wasn't selling them either.
yeah. So this will pretty much hold up anything up to like a pike, like a pike stick for the ERG.
Mhm.
It can fit all the vibro axes, stuff like that. So this little baggie will hold, like I said, 90% of the stuff too. So when I'm buying a figure, I put the accessory in here. I have the figure in its own little baggie over here. And then I put it together. And that's how I ship out a figure. I never like to keep plastic on plastic. I always try and keep it separated.
Yeah.
I don't even ship sometimes I do that, but sometimes I just put the baggie with the weapon in a separate bag, and I just tape them together or whatever. I don't even put it in with the figure.
And that's the way I like to do it too. But unfortunately, when people open up their items and they're going through the bubble wrap, it will get lost or misplaced.
Oh, yeah.
And I've had people tell me, "Hey, I don't see the weapon." And I'm like, "It's there. I 100% included it. It's there." And they're like, "Oh, I found it in the bottom of the box, or I found it in bubble wrap." It led to confusion.
Yeah.
So by doing it this way, it just cut out all the confusion of it.
Yeah.
So, and then to be honest with you, I was taping it and I was stapling it on the side for a little bit, but I want the people to reuse this baggie for themselves because this is brand new when I buy it. So now they can reuse this themselves also if they sell something.
Yeah. The way I do it is I do it a little bit differently. I use these clamshells, and these clamshells are really good because they snap shut. I mean, they snap.
Too much money.
They're like $1 a piece. So
do you wrap the figure in bubble wrap before you put it in there?
No, what I do is I take a paper towel. I'll show you right
Oh,
here.
there you go.
Paper towel. And then I take the figure. And this is a really nice, somebody got a really good deal on this the other night at my live sale. He went for $30.
What figure is that?
He is very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Not a scratch on him. I mean, I think there's one little speck back here. But the watches are in perfect shape. The boots are in really great, shiny shape. Anyway, so I take them and I wrap them like this. And then I take the blaster. Like that. And I put it in the front, put it in the bottom of the tray like that. And this also can differentiate the figure, you know. If they get multiple figures or something like that, they can see which figure's what. And then I put him in here like this. And then
Gotcha.
There you go. And he doesn't move at all because of the tissue. But
yeah, as long as there's no plastic on plastic, nothing that can scratch anything up over shipping and stuff like that, I'm all for any ideas. I just can't stand when I get figures and they're all thrown together, the accessories are thrown on top of them, and it's like, you know, I bought a $4,000 figure from overseas and it was shipped in a mailer. A mailer envelope. A $4,000 figure.
Well, you know, you got to save on that shipping.
So,
yeah, I do the same thing. You know, bag and bag, smaller bag, bigger bag, whenever I can. Obviously, the bigger figures like the Amanaman and the Gamorrean Guard and the Max Rebo.
Max Rebo.
The Who's another big one? The
Drooping
Emperor is
McCool.
kind of odd shaped, and the Ranker Keeper, those are a little odd shaped as well, so might need a different bag for those. But I remember when John sent me a figure, and I think he might have been eating at the local Steak and Shake.
What?
Because it came in a clamshell,
Yeah.
but it wasn't wrapped in a paper towel. It was wrapped in a napkin.
Smoking
It was
Al's
one of those
barbecue.
napkins that come.
What?
It was one of those small napkins that come in like the little, metal napkin, holder
Canisters.
on a
Yeah,
table.
yeah.
Yeah, it looked like you were having dinner, and you just wrapped the figure in one of those napkins, and you put it in a clamshell. But it came perfect.
Yeah.
So John was having dinner at Smoking Al's barbecue place, and he had a live sale there, and he decided to ship everything out while he was eating ribs, licking his fingers.
That's right. Yeah. But there was no barbecue sauce on the figure, right? That was a Bossk, wasn't it? Was it a Bossk?
No, it was a Lando General.
Okay.
I think I still have the napkin somewhere.
So with the loose figure, like I said, after I bag it and I have it together, I do bubble wrap each one of them still. I have bubble wrap here. I kind of put it in the corner, like I'm going to show you right now. I put it in the corner, and I'll roll it up like this. And obviously, it's not that good, so I'm doing it in the hand. And then I just fold it over, and that's it. I place it in the box, and that's how I take care of my loose figures. What size boxes? I get this question all the time. I have an assortment of boxes here. So when I mean to tell you that I spend $200 to $300 on supplies a month, I spend $200 to $300 a month on supplies because I get every size box. I know what everything size box that it takes. So I buy 4x4s by 4s, and this is for like accessories, coins. You could do like one figure in here. So I keep this for like the smaller stuff. Would I sell a gunner and put a gunner in a 4x4 box? No, I wouldn't, because it's a $300 figure. But if I'm selling like a $20 figure, I'll put him in a 4x4 box. Like it'll still be fine. For the most part, when I sell loose figures, I use 6x4x4. You can usually hold 4 to 6 figures in here completely comfortable and never have a problem with that. So this is for the most part what I use for like loose figures is a 6x4x4 box.
Yeah, I just sent out 2 last 17 figures and a 6x4x4. Fit
Okay.
perfect.
And then if you're selling like a loose graded item, I buy the 8x6x4 boxes. So this will fit like a loose graded figure perfectly fine. There's enough space all around it where you can pad it and it gets there nice and safely. So I buy these specifically for loose graded items. And then if you're selling like a mini rig, which I had a lot in that last collection lately, and even if you're selling like 2 graded items or whatever, a 6x6x6. And this will still qualify for that first class shipping. So it still keeps the cost down because we only charge $5 shipping. But like I said, I'm buying all these boxes brand new. You pretty much will get a box 95% of the time brand new with me. I buy the bubble wrap. I buy the tape. Every single box, no matter what, I buy a roll of fragile stickers. I put these all on the outside. So I'm always buying the fragile stickers also on eBay. I'm buying the baggies on top of that. So there is a lot of costs involved, but I do try and keep this like, I treat it like a store almost. I do, because I want you guys or everyone to get their items the way it's described, and I want it to get there in perfect condition. So this is the box I use for a mock. I think this is the perfect box. It's a 12 by 10 by 6. I used to use a 12 by 10 by 5, but it was sometimes with like the bigger modern items that I've been selling lately, it was a little tight. So I got the 12 by 10 by 6, and this is absolutely perfect for a mock, especially for a star case or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's literally the perfect box. So I get asked the questions literally all the time. What size boxes do I use? So it's like I have an assortment of boxes that I literally have to buy every single month.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, all that stuff is the cost that no one sees, but they like to question, why is this shipping that? Well,
Correct. Yeah.
it only costs $4 to send, for the post. Why are you charging me $5? Well,
it's the tape, the box, the peanuts, the wrapping.
yeah,
It's
Between
not.
the bubble wrap and the peanuts and just the tape I use in the boxes and then the fragile stickers I put over, the baggies I use for, the loose figures, the star cases that I never charge for a mock. I always give for free with a mock. I actually buy those too. All the different size boxes, this stuff adds up. It's all money.
yeah.
So, I know you guys have a different way of shipping a mock. John has his little experiment thing over there that he uses for mocks.
Yeah. Well, what I do with the mock is now these came off. I just cut these excess cardboard, right? Excess pieces of cardboard, and I think this is about. I think it's about 13 inches, something like that, 12 inches, maybe it's 12. I don't know. I can't remember. But so I cut these out. Here, let me give you an example. So here is an IG-88, right? And it's over the size, just a little bit over the size of the card on the figure. So what I do is I'll mark. See how I have these marks here? The top. Oh, see how I have these marks here? The top and the bottom of the bubble, and then I have the sides of the bubble here, marked here and here. And then I will draw a little, connect the dots basically, and then cut it out, and then sandwich these together, and it'll have like a little coffin on here, like this. I'll cut that piece of cardboard out and tape that in there, so it's not going to get crushed, right? The bubble won't get crushed, and the mock arrives in good condition. I did a video on this last year.
Yeah.
So there's a video. We may post the link to the video at the end of this one or something.
I think Charles was throwing them at his top window also.
Yeah, he did. And has survived too. So that's how I package my mocks. It takes a little bit more time and a little bit more effort, but the mock is not going to be damaged. The bubble won't be damaged.
I don't keep a lot of stuff, but I do keep some.
Chris W's dream.
That must have been Prune Face.
Well, yeah, Prune Face was in here.
Prune Face.
B-Wing Pilot, Prune Face. So I keep those because those are pretty good for if I need to repackage one, or I just kept them because they're cool looking.
Yeah.
So I do something similar to what Chris does. I just put them in a star case, but I go a little step further and I'll wrap the bubble with saran wrap. Yeah, I'll saran wrap around the bubble itself, tie that in a knot, or I'll tape it, and then I'll saran over the top of it and kind of lock it into place with the top of the or the backside of the star case, so that way it holds on there for that. So, and then sometimes I'll usually put, if it's a super high value item, I'll put a ton of bubble wrap or packing peanuts in there too, so that way it's not going anywhere. With the saran wrap as it is, it's not going to go anywhere, but it's just to lock the figure in place in case it were to start bouncing around in there. And that's usually how a hole happens, is the figure will bounce around in the bubble while it's shipping and it'll poke.
Yeah, it gets away.
So, yeah.
I take 2 sheets of bubble wrap always, and I take them and I fold them together so that it kind of goes like this. And I slide this in the star case and I put this around the mock. So the blister will go over it so that it kind of keeps pressure on it, but not too much pressure. and then this kind of prevents it from bouncing around, like you were saying, because
Yeah.
you don't want to keep it too tight where there's no room, but you also want to take away any flexibility also, if that makes sense, so that it's not bouncing up and down. It can go top, bottom, because most of the time, where do the figures break or where do the blisters break? On the top or the bottom?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Usually you have the old prairie dog going on.
Yeah, especially like figures like Hammerhead, and those always, I don't like shipping those because his head is really close to the top and it's about to pop
It's
through.
dense,
So
pretty dense too. Yeah, I've had like with the Return of the Jedi cards, they started double blistering those. Like they have a back blister and then they'd put the figure in there and then the top blister over the top. So that's a little bit more secure. I think I have an Emperor card over there. And the Power of the Force, they did that too. They had the back blister and then they have the cover blister, and that held them in place. So those are a lot less nerve-wracking to ship.
yeah,
I think they started with Return of the Jedi.
with the trays,
you're right.
Yeah.
The tray, yeah.
yeah, that's Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they didn't even start at the beginning of Jedi. I think they started
Towards the latter
the
end.
run, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the 77 backs, I think. They started doing that. So
So when I pack the mock, it's in the star case. I'll put it in my 12 by 10 by 6 box, and then I usually either put packing peanuts around it or I'll put like any extra bubble wrap or anything that I have. And then before I close the box, I think one of the best things to use is go to your local post office, and you know how they give you those free the priority boxes for free. So I always go to my post office and I take the priority boxes, usually the medium size because it fits perfect, and I break them apart, and I always make sure that there's like another layer inside the box. So I'll rip the priority like the top lid off, and I put it on top, so it's just like another barrier, so that if they stick a box on top of it, it doesn't cave in. You have some more pressure to like hold it, like a dam type thing.
yeah, that's a good idea.
That's usually what I always do, especially with like the bigger shipments. I'll just line the walls and I'll just double wall it, God forbid anything happens. I'm doing so much shipping and I have so much responsibility that I have to you have
to cover yourself for sure.
Yeah, I had to cover myself. So even if it costs a couple of dollars extra here and there, and even if it's international shipping and they're paying the shipping, I have to cover myself. So I try and pack the stuff as best way I possibly can.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another thing people don't understand too, is because you have the responsibility to make sure that it gets there safely, because it's going to be your loss.
Yeah.
Unless there's some sort of agreement beforehand. I think you had an issue with a Luke Skywalker, right?
Yes. Yep.
Love that.
Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight.
Okay, Jedi Knight, yeah.
Oh well, no, I had a Luke Farm Boy too. Yeah, I had the Luke Farm Boy. It was a 12 back, and he claimed, when it arrived, that there was 2 cracks on the top and on the bottom.
Yeah.
So.
And then you have to eat that cost.
I have to eat it. Yeah. I have to eat the cost. There's more to that story.
Yeah.
But I don't think I can say it yet publicly.
Okay.
But let's just put it this way. There's more to that story.
Yeah. Well, I've had one too, where somebody said that there was tape or something on the figure when they got it. And I'm like, I usually wrap it in a bag and then put it in the sandwich, sandwich it in this box right before. So I was like, there's no way that there was tape on it. He said, I peeled the tape off and peeled some of the litho off. And I'm like, I don't think that that's even possible. But I said, send it back to me and I'll refund your money. And he said, no, that's okay, man. So I'm sure, he was just trying to get a free figure.
I know with me, a lot of the times, even if I'm wrapping like a loose graded figure or a loose figure or even a mock, because even in the star case, I wrap the star case with bubble wrap also before I put it in the box. But I don't use any tape. I never use any tape on the inside, because when you wrap a bubble wrap, like if you wrap something in bubble wrap and you put tape on it, the first thing they want to do is they manhandle this stuff and they're trying to rip it apart. Now that is going to give it, you're giving it an option now to get something ruined, and it's technically not open. So when he opens it, if it's damaged, he's going to blame you. It's still on you.
Yeah.
So I don't really give anyone any reasons ever to damage it any further, so to say. So I don't use tape on anything on the inside. The bubble wrap is always like loose. Yeah. Does anybody have anything more to add?
No, all great information.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think we pretty much covered it.
And bubble mailers are bad.
Don't mail a bubble mailer. I did that early on when I started shipping stuff out, and somebody sent me a picture of a headless cloud car pilot.
Yeah, do not use bubble mailers. Do not use
for mocks
envelopes
and figures.
I had somebody claim some items yesterday, and they wanted me to ship it out in an envelope, and I told them absolutely not. I said the number one rule on Rogue 5 is that we do not use envelopes or bubble mailers. Just it's not happening. I don't care if I'm saving you money on shipping, taxes because you're overseas. I'm not doing it. So he pulled his claim back. I said, that's fine. Pull your claim back. Like I'm not shipping in an envelope, just not doing it, because you don't get tracking on it. So you're going to be shipping out hundreds of dollars of accessories in a bubble mailer or an envelope, and you have no tracking on this, and there's no protection either. And I'm just not, I'm not taking the risk.
So I bought a mock, and they sent it to me in a bubble mailer. I had to send it back because it showed up with a bunch of cracks, obviously, in the blister. Bought a couple loose figures. They were sent to me in a bubble. It wasn't even a bubble mailer. It was like a plastic bag. The items arrived with a cut in the bag. Pieces were missing. I'm pretty sure of it. This was a while ago, and they sent it media mail. So the mailman knocked on my door and was like, "This isn't media mail," because it's obviously not. It's a couple toys. So I had to pay the difference for that. That was real fun. So
you're responsible to pay that?
It was a couple bucks, and I wasn't going to deal with the person I bought it from. So, needless to say, I'm never buying from that person again. So,
sorry about that.
Yeah, just try to be nice when you mail stuff, and put some extra thought into some of this stuff. If you got a lot of items, it takes a while to find a box big. Some of these items are so oddly shaped, like a first 12 display stand, like we were just talking about that. Like that is an odd shaped item that requires a specific box.
Finding boxes.
If you can't find a box, you got to find a box for it, and then you got to put it in there, and then you got to make sure it fits, and then it costs more because it's odd shaped and it's longer. So, I mean, there's some items where it might take extra time to ship because they are just odd shaped, and it's hard to get a box for every specific item. Not every item that Star Wars made or that Kenner made is can fit in a 12 by 10 by 6. So just keep that in mind when you're shipping stuff as well, to protect those items and look for a box that actually fits in, because you can jam that thing into anywhere, but it's not going to end up well when you're shipping a cardboard piece with a plastic piece. It's very brittle in a small box.
Well, that's why when it comes to selling, like for me, the fun part is opening the item, taking pictures of it, maybe cleaning it, doing the listing. The worst part of selling an item is shipping the item, because like I said, even though this is my job right now, I do treat it like a company. Like I spend so much time and effort shipping each and every item and wrapping everything perfectly that it gets there perfectly fine, because I don't even want to ruin a vintage item, let alone have something get messed up where I have to like lay money out, refund, reimburse somebody. But I also don't want to ruin vintage items because it's one less that's out there.
Yeah.
So you spend so much time, wrapping the stuff and shipping it that then you get these other people that are like, let's say you buy 5-10 loose figures. They send you one Ziploc bag with all the figures in the one Ziploc bag, slapping against each other, all the accessories slapping against each other. And it's just like, who ships like this? Like, who the hell's doing this? And I think for us, this is why we get the same customers coming back. I think they're happy with the way that we ship our stuff. They're happy the way that we take care of the items. This is why, our page is good, and we constantly have the same buyers coming back over and over again because they know that we're handling those items as safely as we possibly can.
Yeah. And we need some new buyers too, some new customers, new members to the group. So if you're watching this and haven't joined Rogue 5 Toys, head on over to rogue5toys.com, and it's our Facebook page. And if you type that in, it'll take you right to our Facebook page, and we have all kinds of stuff there. We sell. I'm probably going to be selling some pops on there.
Yeah,
pops back there. I sell.
Charles is selling Iron Maiden figures right now.
Charles is selling Iron Maiden figures. I mean, it's Rogue 5 Toys. It's not just Star Wars. So even though Star Wars is our main focus, all of us as collectors. I mean, Brandon collects Super 7 stuff, and he has like wins and whiffs of the week. I think it was either this week or last week. He found a bat ski boat from Batman Returns. We have other interests in other toys too. So come on over to Rogue 5 Toys, buy from us. You know that it's going to be shipped well. You know that it's going to be handled well. You know that you're going to be treated well. And there's no drama. We don't have drama like some of the other groups have where, if somebody starts price bashing, they're gone. Because there's no room for that. Like if you want to comment on what we have and then somebody else comments and says, oh yeah, well I have this one and I paid this much for it last year. That comment's going to be gone. Because it's a sales page. It's not an opinion page.
If you don't like it, move on.
Yeah, if you don't want to buy it, just don't buy it.
That's very, very simple. Yeah, it's very simple.
That's the way I think.
I'm hoping in the future to I'm a one-trick pony. I only know vintage Star Wars, but I really want to branch out and start getting other lines. And I really do want to start listing some Alien figures, some Indiana Jones, G.I. Joe. I would love to get into all that stuff and start listing. So just start listing more of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're probably going to see some listings here in the future too from me, from some modern stuff. So anyway, anything else on shipping? Just know that when we ship it to you, I usually try to tell them it's going to go out on this day, and I usually try my best to make sure that it gets out on that day. But like Brandon was saying earlier, sometimes it takes a little bit longer, and it could be any number of things, like didn't have time today because your kid was sick or something like that.
Correct. Yeah. For me, it's different because this is my job. Yeah. So when I sell on a Tuesday, you get tracking Tuesday night and I ship it by Wednesday. That's different though, because that's me and it's my job. I'm home. Everyone else is not in that same position. Yeah. But if I'm selling an item and I don't have, it's like a weird sized box, like an action display stand, stuff like that might take longer because you have to cut down the box or find the box and,
Yeah.
But for me, the main thing is wrap everything. Don't do plastic on plastic. Always separate everything. It's not a good idea, guys, because guess what? They're just going to return it, and you're going to end up refunding the person or reimbursing them, and you're just ruining future vintage items.
Right.
So package everything the way you want to get it shipped to your house. Simple.
Exactly. Yep.
Very simple.
The golden rule of collecting and selling.
So,
all right. Well, like I said before, join us on Rogue 5 Toys. If you forget about that, all of our links are available at 5idiotstalkingtoys.com. Please subscribe to this channel. Get us out there. I'm sure that there are other collectors who aren't, even aware of this podcast who would love something like this. So tell your friends about us. Hit the bell icon when you subscribe and be notified of upcoming episodes. We crank out content every week related to Star Wars or related to vintage toys or related to movies, whatever. We crank out all kinds of content on our channel. It's not
we're really big with movie reviews now.
Yeah, we're getting into movie reviews. And trailer reactions.
Trailer reactions, yeah.
We have tons of videos to sift through if you're, if your day allows you to do that sort of thing. So, like I said, subscribe to the channel, like this video. It really helps us out. And guys, maybe next week we'll have 5 idiots again. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
Not holding my breath.
Yeah.
Shane's back from his cruise and his sunburn, so.
Yeah, and he's sick tonight.
Yeah.
But anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. And guys, have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys. See you guys later.
All right.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.